I promised my brother on his deathbed I would take care of his son, but my wife wants to put him up for adoption because she's sick of him. She said she understood, but she just couldn't take it anymore. She can't handle him and has gotten sick of him. I said I would try to help out more. I could try paying someone too so that she could get some rest. She said no because that meant spending more money on him, which is also something she didn't want to do. I got angry at this point and reminded her we agreed. Besides, what would we do with Aiden? She said, just give him up for adoption. I said no and she got furious. She said that I didn't know what it was like to take care of him full time. I said that I would do 50% of the housework, get a helper, or a babysitter, but nothing I said would change her mind. She said she's had this idea for a while and the more she thought about it, the more she wanted to do it. I told her I needed to think, and she said okay. Honestly, there was nothing to think about. I was not giving him up for adoption. A week passed, and I thought she was going to press me about it, but there was nothing on her part. That made me really suspicious, so I asked her about it. She didn't give me a clear answer and just said she was giving me time to talk about it. I didn't believe that, so I talked to Aiden. He was very quiet and hesitant to talk to me, which never happened before. After some time, he admitted that my wife has been very neglectful towards him. She barely feeds him, and when he begs for food, she gets annoyed and tells him to leave her alone. She sometimes refuses to take him to school because she doesn't want to wake up early. Other times she's late to pick him up because she forgets. I couldn't believe this was happening right under my nose. I asked my boss for some time off, and luckily I had enough in my savings to do that so that I could take care of him instead. I got to see what my wife does all day to claim she's tired all the time, but she just sits around and watches TV. Maybe for some time she was putting some effort in, but now she was acting like a degenerate. She would just make messes left and right. I honestly don't know why she was doing all of this, but when I asked, she said it was because now I was going to know what she went through. Which is also why she wasn't helping me, because I never helped her, which isn't true. I always did my part whenever I was around. I slept on the couch for a week because I just couldn't be near her. The next day, she brought up adoption again. She told me she didn't care what my decision was, she was already in the progress of making this adoption happen.